After weeks without news of Emile,
Oh no.
Marie finally received a letter from her father.
Oh no. Because he killed the officer, didn't he? Oh no. Maisie. France. Sweet. Military justice. Oh dear. In uniform, soldiers were subject to military justice. 2,500 death penalties were meted out to punish disobedience and desertion. Of these, 650 were actually carried out, mainly at the start of the war. As the war progressed, politicians tried to limit the number of executions, especially those intended to set an example. Nevertheless, in the wake of the Chemin des Dames mutinies, over 50 soldiers were still executed. And I'm guessing we're going to be one of them.
C'est l'heure.
Indeed, it is the hour. Into the light, one final time. The guard's behind us, so we can't escape. Farewell, Emile. Out into the fields.
Dearest Marie, as the war ends for me, I have no regrets. I've seen too much horror. I hope fate has been more merciful to you. Our time on Earth is brief, and mine has been filled with so much joy that I can only be thankful for how much I've been blessed. Most especially for the wonder you brought into my life. This letter is my last. I've been found guilty by a military court for the death of an officer. It was not my intention to kill him. War makes men mad. Though I failed Carl, I know my sacrifice has not been in vain.
Halt. Anna.
I fought for my country and my liberty. My honor is assured.
Carl.
Since it is the will of God to separate us on earth,
Marie.
I hope we'll meet again in heaven.
Goodbye.
Keep me in your prayers. Your loving Papa. Always.
Even though their bodies have long since returned to dust, their sacrifice still lives on. We must strive to cherish their memory and never forget.
They will not grow old, as we who are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. wow. Wow. I think I remember saying on this felt kind of a bit like a Lego game, and by that I meant that a lot of the puzzles were use an item on the thing, and your character has a special ability that you can use. And I think that's kind of right with the puzzles. I like the driving sections, with the music kind of keying you into when there's certain things happening. I think this is... I'm not sure how good the game is in and of itself as puzzles, because it's a lot of... You have problem X and you have solution X, and they go together. You just do the obvious thing. But I don't think that's the point of this. I don't think the point of this game is the puzzle or is the game. This game is an amazing story. And I think just having Emile walk at the end was kind of bringing tears to my eyes. Because it's just the music and the letter, and it's just Emile slowly walking. I think in a way it's more impactful that it's not a cutscene, even though all you're doing is walking, and you have no control other than that.
Hungry for more, the war was not yet over. Its appetite was infinite.
So, the Americans are coming. As I was saying, that walking, where you're walking, you have almost no control of doing anything else. You have no choice. But you were the one walking him to his death. And you can tell that he's gonna die. And you're doing it, and it really hurts in a way. There were times when, this character might be dead because of this, and you probably heard me whimpering, no, no, or something like that. In a way, I like the fact that it doesn't go to the end and have success, or have your character die in 1918, very close to the war, very close to the end of the war. The French mutinies were a thing, and people were executed for it. I think it's good to have it end there. I know some people complained that, they've not done the full war, because the Americans are just showing up at this point, but I think it makes sense. It reminds you that there are more people gonna go through this. These Americans who are coming in, who maybe don't know what the front was like, they will find out. They're gonna find out what this war was like. And what this war led to in the end was the Second World War. Without this, there wouldn't have been a Second World War. Which in many ways was worse. And I think part of this game is not just remembering the fun parts of this game, but the horror that these people went through. And the destruction that this war, the First World War, and the Second World War did. And not just to the Allies, not just to France and Britain, but to every side involved. I thought it was quite good that we didn't just focus on a French or a British character, or even just skip to 1917 so I'd have an American character. But you also have a German character, and show that actually this war nearly destroyed an entire family. it split apart Carl and Marie. War is horrible. And I think sometimes we need to be reminded of that. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for watching.